everyone, I'm Angela.
I'm Lindsey.
And we are the Wives That Watch. And today we're going to be reacting to Charli XCX, the Girl So Confusing version with Lorde. So we have obviously heard Girl So Confusing. It's been on TikTok. She likes it. She's played it for me. But someone in our comment section said we should listen to the one with Lorde in it.
For context, I think this has something to do, again, I'm getting this information from an obscure no context comment that I read in a video. But I think someone said that Lorde and Charli at one point had like beef.
Oh.
And then Charli realized that she was incorrect about that. And then this song kind of addresses some of that. Someone give me actual details because I don't follow that.
They have a complicated relationship between them in the music industry. But why? Someone thinks that Charli dislikes Lorde or considers her a rival. Oh, and apparently there was a Lorde equals Charli meme joke that she may be frustrated by. I don't know. Obviously, without looking in very deep and doing a deep dive, that's just the base. So if anybody has any context, like Lindsey said, let us know. But then this is kind of like Taylor bringing in Katy Perry in the You Need to Calm Down video, if that's the case. Have you heard any of Lorde's part?
No.
Me neither. I've only heard the original. So this will be brand new for at least Lorde's part. For Charli's part, or if it's not, any different at least, we've heard that. But
I'm for sure Lorde is on this though, or is it just about Lorde, so it's specific?
I would guess it's with Lorde, considering she's in the title.
I just thought it was odd because there wasn't like a featuring. Like it just says with. I guess that is the feature, but it seems oddly labeled.
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Ready?
Yeah. No, that there's not even closed captions.
Oh. Are they off? You mean like she doesn't have a lyric video?
Mm-hmm.
You might hate me, sometimes I think I might hate you. Maybe you just wanna be me. You always say let's go out, so we go eat at a restaurant. Sometimes it feels a bit awkward cause we don't have much in common. People say we're alike, they say we've got the same hair. We talk about
I get it.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know if it's honest. Can't tell if you wanna see me falling over and failing, and you can't tell what you're feeling. I think I know how.
Oh,
okay.
With that context, that makes a little more sense. Okay.
So, I mean, it would make sense if the original song was written with Lorde in mind then. Because Lorde, she's from the UK as well, right? Or is Lorde American?
Oh, God. I don't know shit about Lorde.
She's from the UK. Because I'm like, if not, why are they being compared so much,
Well, yeah, but it's also,
She's a New Zealander.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense now, actually, because like they say, like if you do something and you're too close to somebody else that's currently existing or circulating in the industry, then you just get like labeled as that. Like Gaga was labeled Madonna, basically, like
and
the
Ava
next
Max
Madonna
was labeled,
and then Ava Max and Chapel have been called like the next Gaga. Meanwhile, Gaga still exists. It's still relevant.
She's still alive, believe it or not.
Yeah. So I can see, I feel like this happens a lot. And even Taylor like has addressed this in her music, right? Like with
Stevie Nicks. It was that song.
Oh yeah, what is that one?
The one, it's named
Clairvaux.
It was the brain. We say that we have one brain cell and we share it and it runs on a wheel. And then sometimes it like syncs up and we say the same thing. And that was one of those moments.
Yeah, like even Taylor addressed that, like, okay, Stevie was the next Clara, and then she was the next Stevie, and then some people speculated that between like Olivia and I think Sabrina were the next Taylor. Like obviously that's not confirmed to be the reference or anything, but
I could see that though, like you're two women or or anybody, two singers, and you're in the same industry, you guys should get along. And it's like, that's just not the case. They are people.
Well, it's either, or it's now this is your direct competition because you're both doing the same thing and you look the same and you don't. So it's like, you know, who's gonna be the better version of that?
Even though Lorde, I feel like Lorde and Charli make completely different music, but that could be. I could be off base. I could
see from people who don't listen to them, because again, I have listened to very little Lorde, and I'm only now kind of starting to listen to more Charli. Although I've listened to a lot of Charli's music, but I like sort of recognizing that was Charli. That's what I'm kind of catching up on, because I've listened to her music, but you know, you don't register that that's who that is. But I could see that if you didn't really like know these people, like you would think that they were similar enough. I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, physically they look similar. Music, it's like Lorde's for depressed bitches, Charli is for bitches who want to shake their ass. So it's like, it just depends. But I can see now with reading the lyrics there.
Yeah. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Well, honestly, I was speechless when
That's
I
her.
woke up to your voice. Now you tell me how you've been feeling. Let's work it out on the remix. You always say let's go out, but then I'd cancel last minute. I'm so lost in my head and scared to be in the pictures. For the last couple years, I've been a bore in my body. I tried to starve myself thinner, and then I gained all the way back. I was trapped in the hatred, and your life seemed so awesome. I never thought for a second my voice was in your head, girl. You walk like a bitch.
Wow, she just dumped a lot on us right there.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know.
That feels like Lorde's energy, to be fair.
You're like, for depressed bitches. She's like, I starved myself.
I starved myself. I didn't know you wanted me. I just isolated myself. Very depressed bitch energy.
Oh man, fuck the industry. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the industry, because like truly, like what it does to women especially is just god awful. And it's like I feel like I've not seen one person speak out against how like they've been fine.
Yeah, like someone's come out and been like, I've been good.
Yeah, no one's been okay. Like something happens where it's either they end up having to, you know, they commit self-harm, or they resort to like addiction, like, or they're just exploited. Like there's no like person that, at least a woman, who seems to like just come out okay. And it's not that they can't overcome that, obviously, but it's like they shouldn't have to. And the fact that like the industry is built in a way that sets women in competition against each other. And I'm not talking about just the industry of like music or acting or anything like that. Just industries in general that often are very male dominated. It's like your coworkers, your female coworkers are not really your friends. That's your competition, because you have to like end up being better than them to be relevant.
In male dominated, it's different, but
that's what I'm talking about. It's like, I guess like if you're talking about the music industry, it's probably more 50-50. I'm actually not sure what the ratio is, but I guess just in that though, it's like that's direct competitiveness of relevancy for women, right? I feel like that doesn't exist too much for men, but I don't think that exists much for men.
Something I see with a lot of artists is like, oh, well, you know, Taylor isn't as skinny as Sabrina, or Sabrina has nicer hair than or there's a lot of comparison, a lot. And it's usually degrading one. And it's not even just the industry, but fans. Like, how many times do I go on Twitter and I see people doing this? I literally was seeing a TikTok the other day where people were saying they wanted the girl from Alien Romulus to be casted for The Last of Us, and they were calling Bella Ramsey ugly. And I'm like, this is what happens to these people. They're in the limelight. And imagine reading that. Imagine being at home and you're scrolling your, social media and you see people calling you these things.
Well, yeah, or like how many articles have we seen about like this person or that person, they put on a little weight and they're like, oh, they're fat, or they're pregnant. Like, it can't just be that body types change, lifestyles change. Maybe you want to splurge every once in a while and then you go and do an exercise regime, like what you go on Ozempic, like whatever. It's that's what I'm saying. Like you can't just exist. You can't just do things without having a reason or having it commented on, because it can be good. Like, but that's just the thing, is like any commentary feels like it's going to be commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Lorde.
It's so funny that the name is Lorde, because then when you're like, poor Lord, like I think of like Jesus Christ on the cross. Like,
When I was 10, someone said that, and it's just self-defense until you're building a weapon. She believed my protection, and now I totally get it. Forgot that inside that icon, there's still a young girl from Essex. People say we're alike, they say we've got the same.
That's exactly what you were saying.
Me on the coin, the industry loves to spend, and when we put this to bed, the internet will go crazy. I'm glad I know how you feel, cause I ride for you, Charlie. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl, girl.
like she said, underneath the icon, there is a young girl from Essex. And it's like, even if we take that away, it's just a human being. Like, and I think,
yeah, you can break it down, but it's like at the end of the day, that's a person.
right,
And
but like,
they have feelings.
yeah, it doesn't have to just be a child. We don't need to only feel sympathy and empathy for children. Like, yes, we were all children.
No, you can be exploited
And
at any age.
I understand the innocence, right?
Mhm.
Like you're innocent. You have dreams. You go to Hollywood. You maybe try to pursue them, and you don't expect to be exploited. But I feel a lot of sympathy for these people who it's like, imagine if you just like lived your life. Like I think about how I live my life and how I make tiny mistakes and I say the wrong thing, and I'm like, imagine having everything you say like put into a magazine article, or you have friends who will give it as an insider scoop, and I'm just like, oh my god, that must be so.
Well, it's like, who do you trust? Who's actually your friend? Is somebody trying to use you for like a business transaction, or do they actually care? And do they care for the right reasons, kind of thing? And it's like, it can be very isolated, which I've seen more women in industries now trying to be supportive of one another, because like that's really what you should be doing. And that is what ends up changing a lot of the standards, because it's like, if you vie into the industry literally putting you against each other, you're not really helping make it a better place. Like you're letting them win.
Yeah.
You know I ride for you too.
I love women supporting women.
It really does remind me of like, I think if 10 years ago I was a completely different person, more like, self-interested. And I think honestly that is very common. I mean, it's part of human development. Just as kids and teens, we are more ego-driven, self-driven. We don't really think about how we impact others. And then as we age, we start to realize that community is how we thrive. And I'm with you. I'm glad that it seems even in Hollywood and with stars that seems to be growing. Some artists are not doing that, but we won't name names, but others are. And I'm really happy to see that. Like Charli had a bunch of features on this album, like with Billy and Lorde. I don't know if there was another one, but it's fun to see.
What I like is that it does sort of showcase too that it's if you want something badly enough, right? Like a lot of what I see people comment on when it comes to people who want to go into singing or go into acting is like they are just following the instructions of someone who has basically put them in a position to get what they want, but they don't know how to navigate that industry. They don't have advocacy. They don't have people to talk to. Like it's very isolating. And then that's how they end up in these scenarios where like there isn't like a good pathway where it's just like, here's people who have been through what you went through, and here is what shouldn't exist in contracts, and here's what you need to ask for, and here's how you like negotiate. No one teaches you how to do that.
Yeah.
You just show up, and then someone connects you with someone else, and so and then the next thing you know, you're doing something where you're signed to a label for 5 years and they own you.
Yeah. So I laughed because I thought of like, woman singer support group or something like that.
Singers Anonymous.
Yeah, it's just like it's Taylor, Charli, Sabrina, Chapel. Like it's just all the singers sitting around being like, "Hi, I'm Taylor," and
hi Taylor.
Yeah.
No, but I do think there are more women in, you know, acting circles, singing circles. Those are the two biggest I can think of. I mean, there's probably other ones as well, but those are the two biggest.
Comedy.
Oh yeah, comedians especially, where I have now seen more women who have success, who have navigated these, you know, trials and tribulations, reaching out to younger up and comers, and they give them support and they sort of nurture them and they give them the tools to navigate the industry and advocate for themselves because they didn't have that autonomy. Mm-hmm. And I love to see that. I wish it was probably, I mean, I don't know how, again, that's at the expense of someone saying, like, I'm going to take on that initiative. But I still think it's better.
Yeah. All right. So let us know if there's anything else you want us to react to from Charli or from Lorde even. I actually haven't listened to much Lorde, so that would be new for me.
I think I listened to her first album, but I have not listened to anything else.
I am all scratched up from this new kitten. I'm like all messed up. But all right, so let us know in the comment section below. Leave a like. Subscribe if you'd like to follow the journey. We're doing not only music, but also media. And we also have a store. You can find the link to our fourth wall in the description below. We sell all of our designs and some of the crystals that we don't really want anymore because we have a lot of them. And you may see them behind Lindsey right now. So, what was I going to say?
I don't know. You're getting promotional.
I always do. All right, everyone. Be safe out there, and we will see you soon.